Fresh is all done, and I had not anticipated changing out the drapes, but I got to thinking about what I had up in the attic, and I had these beautiful silk Restoration Hardware taffeta drapery panels, but I only had 4, but they were a double wide. So you know what I did? Gasp, I cut them. I did. I have some hair cutting scissors, and I just cut them. So now I have 8. The panels were super wide, so I was able to do it with relative ease because these windows are pretty narrow, especially the ones flanking the fireplace, super skinny. So I was able to finally get them out of storage because I used them for years and years and then changed out the design of a couple rooms, and then they were relegated to the attic, and they're too gorgeous to leave up there. So that's what I did. I took down the white linen drapes, and now we have sort of the caramels back in the room, but instead of having caramel dotted around the way I did before, I added olive green. So I had a lampshade or a lamp upstairs, brought that down. That's a silk shade from Pottery Barn, and then we had lots of pears from Family Friends, and so that became the color I repeated, and it's here in the pillow, and it's also in the plaid here. So again, I think when you introduce a new color, you need to dot it around in different spots around the room so it doesn't feel random. So I got rid of the bright orange, the blue, the paisley, the sort of summer colors, and I replaced it with more muted tones, a little bit earthy, and then that brick red. What I'll do later on is I'll redo the bar area here with my skull and crossbones decanter and glass set that I got out in Aspen that I've really loved, because that's pretty much my only I guess overt Halloween that I do. I don't like it to be very literal. I like to introduce fall and autumn through my fabrics and the color story. Okay, real quick review for the summer look before I do a bit of a fall refresh. I am going to remove a lot of the orange, which sounds kind of counterintuitive going into fall, but stick with me here. My rug, I'm not switching it out, but the pumpkin, caramel, and cream feels very fall, where it's a very different than this kind of punch of orange. So hopefully you follow my logic. But because we have the super dark walls, they're not quite black, the fireplace is, but let's be honest, the walls are pretty much black. I feel like it's a little too literal to have pops of orange against black to, you know, kind of overtly Halloween. So I'm going to be moving a lot of the punches of orange, and I'm going to be replacing kind of the summer magazines and just the pops of color around. And here we go. So I'll get started with that in the next day or so, but I just want to do a little before.